Today on ATV News, more drama with Lufthansa Airlines,
March Madness updates,
and pothole palooza in the district. Welcome to ATV News. I'm Eric Heigis.
And I'm Taylor Kinzler. ATV News starts now.
Springtime in D.C. means tourist time. Thousands of families and school groups will visit the district between now and July. If you're planning on visiting the monuments or a museum, you should expect to see longer lines and crowded halls.
The tragic story of the Germanwings A320 flight that crashed in the Alps Tuesday, killing 150 people on board, took a disturbing turn this week. New evidence suggests that 28-year-old Lufthansa co-pilot Andreas Lubitz intentionally crashed the jetliner. Initial reports show that Lubitz was being actively treated for mental illness, raising questions about the airline's screening process for pilots.
For a look into the entertainment world, we go to Jalen Fairborn-Chapman and Andy Lawani.
Hello everyone, this is Andy Lawani.
And I'm Jalen Fairborn-Chapman, and this is ATV Entertainment. So, reporting on sports isn't something you'll typically see us doing, but we just have to talk about tennis superstar Serena Williams. This week, the 34 Grand Slam winner went viral with her own take on Beyonce's 7-Eleven.
She was smacking it in the air with her tennis rackets, on a golf cart, and seemingly summoned the Ball and Isles Country Club members using only a GoPro for the entire video. And this comes on the heels of the Olympic medalist nabbing her first Vogue cover.
Maybe getting snuggly at a Kenny Chesney concert is just the tip of the iceberg for potential couple Calvin Harris and Taylor Swift. Just one day after the two were spotted together getting cozy in Nashville, a source tells us that the two have been hanging out since they met at the 2015 Brit Awards.
Swift has opened up about the difficulties of dating in the music industry, stating, "I'm not going to promise the compromise, the happiness, and the independence that I've found for just anybody. The idea of going on a date gives me a partial panic attack." So is this finally going to be the guy that sweeps Taylor off her feet, or are we just going to see another dance single come out of this?
Well, we want the best for everybody's romantic lives, but if you could get us some good music, that'd be great too. The name on everybody's lips this upcoming Broadway season is going to be Brandy. The Grammy Award-winning singer just snagged the role of Chicago's favorite murderess, Roxy Hart. She'll be the third African-American woman to play Roxy after Robin Givens and Michelle Williams of Destiny's Child.
Her Broadway debut at New York's Ambassador Theater begins on April 28th. For ATV Entertainment, this has been Andy Lawani.
And I'm Jalen Fairborn-Chapman.
Thanks, Jalen and Andy. The Metro Rail system celebrated its 39th birthday on Friday. The Red Line was the first to open, stretching from Rhode Island Avenue to Farragut North, but it would take 8 more years for the line to make it to Tenleytown. The Metro has been expanding ever since, with the Silver Line expected to fully open in 2018.
Did you catch Vote-A-Rama in the Senate or Queen of the Hill in the House? Fear not. Jonathan Hunter has a complete report with politics.
Hello, welcome to ATV Politics. I'm Jonathan Hunter. On Friday, Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid announced he would not be running for re-election next year. Reid served as the Democrat Senate leader for the last 8 years. He had a reputation of helping President Obama pass tough legislation. Most notably was the health care reform bill. After announcing his retirement, he was quick to endorse New York Senator Chuck Schumer to succeed him. Reid praised Schumer, saying the Senate was in need of a different style. Indiana Governor Mike Pence has been under fire for signing the controversial Religious Freedom Restoration Act. Senate Bill 101 allows Indiana business owners to deny same-sex couples service. Opponents of the bill argue that it opens the door for legal discrimination. However, Pence insists the bill is not intended to discriminate, but to allow local business owners to make decisions based on religious beliefs. And finally, President Obama is opening the White House doors on Take Your Child to Work Day for kids in the district, and not just children of White House employees. Obama is reaching out to low-income children who would normally not have a workplace to visit. The president is encouraging businesses around the country to do the same. For ATV Politics, I'm Jonathan Hunter.
Thanks, Jonathan. Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid announced this week that he will not be seeking re-election in 2016. Reid, who led the Democratic Party since 2005, had battled injuries this past year and was facing what would have been a tough re-election battle in his home state of Nevada. Reid officially endorsed New York Senator Chuck Schumer as his replacement.
Senator Marco Rubio introduced a bill in the Senate to reform D.C.'s gun laws. S. 874 would allow citizens to carry concealed firearms as long as they pass a background check. It would also make it easier for residents to buy guns in Maryland and Virginia. A similar bill was introduced in the House.
March Madness is heating up. See how all the teams are doing in this week's Sports Report with Mike Goodkind.
We're back. I'm Mike Goodkind, and this is ATV Sports. It's been a great week for college sports. March Madness is heating up. On Thursday, the Kentucky Wildcats lit up the West Virginia Mountaineers 78-39. Trey Lyles for the Wildcats led the way with 14 points. Andrew Harrison had 13 points, and his brother Aaron Harrison was right behind him with 12. An article from USA Today by Chris Chase claims that if Kentucky was in the NBA, not only would they beat an NBA team, but they would avoid setting the all-time loss record. Another great game was Wisconsin and North Carolina. The Tar Heels put up a rigorous fight, but couldn't come out on top as they fell 79-72. They took a strong 7-point lead in the second half with just minutes to play, but they cannot hold on. Sam Decker for the Wisconsin Badgers led the way with 23 points and 10 boards as he shot 10 for 15 from the field. Frank Kaminsky never upsets as he was right behind Decker with 19 points and 8 boards. Arizona defeated Xavier 68-60 to move on to the Elite Eight. TJ McConnell of the Arizona Wildcats led the team with 17 points. Another standout performance was from Caleb Tarzewski, who had 12 points and 12 rebounds. We hope for Kentucky to take on Arizona so we can see a Wildcat versus Wildcat matchup in the Final Four. I'm Mike Goodkind, and this is ATV Sports.
Thanks, Mike. If you drive in D.C., then you know how annoying and frequent potholes are on local streets. But fear not, the city is starting a new program called Pothole Palooza. The goal is to fix every reported pothole in 48 hours instead of the normal 72.
For the latest news from Wall Street, we go to Michaela Amos and Max Kenower with finance.
Good evening, I'm Max Kenower.
And I'm Michaela Amos.
And this is your ATV News Finance Report.
On Friday, Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen announced that the Fed will likely raise interest rates later this year, emphasizing that this return to normal rates would be gradual. If the rate hikes go through, it would be the first time interest rates have been raised since 2006.
Oil prices dropped 5% on Friday due to the rapidly approaching deadline for a nuclear deal with Iran. Iran is currently under U.S.-led sanctions in response to its rumored nuclear program, which cut its crude oil exports by 1.5 million barrels per day since 2012.
And Intel is in talks to purchase fellow chip-making company Altera. Intel and Altera have cooperated on projects before and do not directly compete with each other. Intel primarily makes processors for computers, while Altera makes processors for other devices. If Intel did purchase Altera, it would be the company's largest acquisition ever.
All indexes are down this week, the Dow by 2.29%, the S&P 500 by 2.23%, and the NASDAQ by 2.69%. This has been Max Kenower
and Michaela Amos with your ATV News Finance Report.
Thanks, Michaela and Max. Italy's top court announced this week that it overturned the conviction of American Amanda Knox and then-boyfriend Rafael Solito for the brutal 2007 murder of 21-year-old Meredith Ketcher. Knox was tried and convicted twice for the crime in Italy and served 4 years in an Italian prison before her appeal was granted. Ivory Coast native Herman Guede is currently serving a 16-year sentence for the murder, though he maintains that he did not act alone in the murder.
For our next report, Emily Jeffers will take you around the world with this week's world news.
I'm Emily Jeffers, and this is ATV World News. Investigation of last week's Germanwings Airbus A320 crash are still going on. It has been speculated that co-pilot Andreas Lubitz deliberately crashed the plane into the French Alps, killing 150 people. According to prosecutors, the co-pilot was seeking treatment at a hospital 2 weeks prior to the crash. Prosecutors also said that Lubitz was declared by a doctor unfit to work on the day of the flight. Italy's highest court overturned murder convictions against Amanda Knox in the 2007 murder of her roommate Meredith Kercher. Knox and her boyfriend were convicted in 2009 and sentenced to over 25 years in prison. Knox appealed and was acquitted and freed in 2011. Army officials have charged Sergeant Bo Bergdahl with desertion after he left his base in 2009. Bergdahl was later held captive in Afghanistan for 5 years. President Obama authorized the release of Bergdahl in exchange for 5 Taliban detainees. In doing so, the president did not consult with Congress in this decision, something that was controversial against both party lines. For ATV World News, I'm Emily.
Thanks, Emily. Local schools are having a problem making up snow days. In the D.C. public school system, there were 3 full snow days with 4 2-hour delays. There were more days disrupted this year than even last year's harsh winter. Surrounding areas have had even more days off. In Loudoun County, Virginia, there were 13 cancellations and 5 delays, and in Prince George's County, there were 7 cancellations and 10 delays.
Spring is in the air and temperatures are slowly warming up. Here's next week's forecast with Arun Raman.
Hi, this is Arun Raman with the weather. This week's forecast looks like an even mix of sunny and rainy days. We start the week off with a high 51 and a low of 40 on Sunday, and a high of 63 and a low of 39 on Monday. Rain is expected on Tuesday with a temperature of 62, but expected to clear up by the next day with temperatures of 62 and 69 on Wednesday and Thursday. The rain is likely to return by the end of the week, and temperatures will stay on the warmer side. I'm Arun Raman, and this has been your weekly weather report.
Thanks, Arun. Emergency workers in New York are still searching for 2 people believed to have been killed in a massive gas explosion in the city this week that leveled 3 apartment buildings and injured 22. The explosion is said to have started in the basement of a sushi restaurant. Workers of the restaurant called the landlord moments before the blast, saying that they had smelled gas.
In our next report, Sarah Cammarata asks, "What's up, AU?"
Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is What's Up AU. With the semester halfway over, assess how you're managing your time at a time management workshop on Tuesday, March 21st in MGC 247. Also, learn about how to end your semester on a good note at the Successful Student Series workshop, Maintaining Motivation. It will take place Wednesday, April 1st from 4 to 5 in the Anderson Hall conference room. The annual SOC Student Alumni Networking Reception will be on Thursday, April 2nd from 7 to 8 in the Butler Boardroom. Students and alumni seeking jobs or internships can connect with alumni and employers offering opportunities and advice. The F Word, a conversation series focusing on topics related to feminism and gender equality, will host a body talk on April 6th in MGC 247. Join Jessica Waters, Associate Dean for Undergraduate Education, for a dialogue on the intersection of sexuality, external obstacles, and the independence of our bodies. A Poker Run 5K race is on Sunday, April 12th at 9 a.m. Each participant will receive a card at 5 checkpoints along the course to create their poker hand. Prizes will be awarded to those with winning times and/or the best poker hand. Register at the Jacobs or Cassell Fitness Center front desk by April 6th for $15. I'm Sarah, and this has been What's Up AU.
So did you see all the events this week for Greek Week?
I did, yes.
Yeah, all the fraternities and sororities on the quad, doing fundraisers and canned food drives. It was awesome.
And the best part is it's all for a good cause, right?
Exactly.
Perfect. Well, thank you for watching this week's episode of ATV News.
Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Have a great week, AU.